So this is part 2 of a 3-part series. I've already posted part 1 and part 3. Part 1 was the demo in my story of recovery, demo of this asphalt driveway, and part 3 was how we poured it. So this is part 2, basically how we set it up. You can see I've got this all formed up down to there. I got to dig that section out. And on the other side of the driveway, it was asphalt, so it was down really low, so I had to raise this side up. So I wanted some fall coming out here, but it wasn't going to match the sidewalk they already had, so we ended up having to put in a new sidewalk as well. But here's my dad. He's on the Kubota, and he's getting a rough grade on it, and Justin's filling in the edges with stone. And I dig out this side. I put a string line on it, so I know how much to dig out. I did that by hand with the shovel, and basically I wanted it to be above the grass just a little bit. Here I am painting the line to dig on. I used a straight edge, just used a board. I'm using the Kubota basically kind of like I guess like you would a bulldozer. I could have scraped it with the back part, but I like digging like this a little bit better. You see I just kind of scrape it out. I dig it out to about 6 inches, and we put some stone in there. But this backhoe, as long as you get it the right angles and stuff, you have no problem. It works great. So like if you got enough room, I come in at this angle and I dig right on my line. I think I've already cut it with a shovel, so it comes out pretty smooth. But it works out pretty good if you do it right. And then we just dumped this off into the backyard. They had a spot where they needed some dirt. And then I saved a little bit in a wheelbarrow in the bucket of my tractor at the end. But if you like what you're seeing, a lot of you guys are watching my videos, but I need you to subscribe so we can help grow our channel. And one promise I have to you right now is you'll never ever have to skip an ad on any of my videos. Doesn't matter how big I get, I will never ever put Google AdSense. If they put an ad on my videos, that's one thing, but I will never ever have an ad on my videos. That's a promise I make to you guys right there. So I got all that dug out. I got to form it up, but I got to get my heights first. So I set my laser up, and I set the height to that form, and I wanted some fall here. So this pin is just a height line. I drive it down, and my laser's already set to the height of where I left off my form at. So you can see I got about 1.5 inches right there. Lower, so I wanted it to be level coming across the driveway at that pinch point, so all the water would go down to the street. So I set that at the exact same height as the other pin I just set, and I know that I'm level. So as long as it's simple geometry, I just got to connect my boards. But the sidewalk was in the way, so I had to do a little. I didn't have the jackhammer here, so I had to tear it out by hand. But this is actually the worst part for me about doing concrete. What's your guys' worst part about doing concrete? There's my little bat flip. Hit the like button if you like what we're doing out here. It'll help support our channel as well. But yeah, so I got to get that out of the way, and then I can start forming that side up. But that sidewalk was going to be right in the way, so I ripped out a little bit of it. You can see how much I hate doing that. And then this is already ready. We've got this graded and compacted, but we had to put some more fill in the middle. We ran a couple strings. That's at 4 inches. My other string right here, it's about 6, so we need to put some fill in there. And then after we got it all filled up, Josh was running the compactor. You can see how hard the subgrade is everywhere else, but this is very, very, very important. We compacted the bottom layer and this layer. Your subgrade is where you get a lot of your strength at in concrete. Yeah, wire and fiber and your 4,000 or better concrete mix for driveways is where you get some strength, but mostly in your subgrade. I laid out my joints with caution tape because I needed to know that joint was going to hit the middle of the driveway, and this one I needed to know where it was going to dead end at. And here they are putting in the wire mesh. When you're figuring it, you need to figure for your overlap, because you got to run at least a 6-inch overlap, which is just 1 square. Some guys do a foot. We just do 1 square, and then we zip tie it together real good everywhere. Sometimes we use wire. But here we actually got 2 pours ready. We got the front step, the bays in front of the garage and a little sidewalk around the corner. And then we got this slab here for our second pour that day. But I was wanting to show you guys how I formed up this front porch or front steps. I had to dig out this tree. So I got an overhang because I'm doing cantilever and I'm doing these form liners, man. They just are so sweet. We use them on about 60% of our jobs that we do. They bend so well, but you got to get the right ones. These are ProLine form liners. We use them all the time. We power wash them, keep them clean. But here you can kind of see how the cantilever is going to go hang over the 1.5-inch overhang. And you just can't beat it, man. It turns out so nice. There I got to tape a couple gaps. But it turns out really well. I just poured one step at a time. There's a rebar in it. Got it all ready to go. Got that section all ready to go as well. At the end here, you'll see how it all turned out. I went ahead and posted those videos. But there, we're going to pour that little sidewalk, those 3 bays, and that front step. And then we're going to pour later on in the day that first part of the driveway. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you watch part 1 and part 3 of this series. I'll put them in the description so you can just click on them. You won't see any other work like this in Indiana. This is just one of a kind. I mean, it's just top of the line right here.